They're getting nice and golden. Woo! Are you ready for a golden babka bun? We have a salty glaze that we put on top that takes this babka bun to like a whole other level.
Can I help?
Pour this into the milk. So far we have the milk. I heat up the milk on the stove. Don't bring it to a boil, just heat it up to get it nice and warm. And then I put the yeast right into the milk. I whisk it a little bit, and then you just wanna let it sit for 10 minutes to just awaken the yeast and get it going. Bye-bye, yeast. Bye-bye. So you're gonna help me measure the flour? One. Okay. 2. Hold on, let me shake it first. 2. Wait, not yet. This is 3. Don't confuse me.
You ate a duck, Mommy.
I ate a duck. Put this last part in. Into the bowl. Not into your hand. We add the sugar to the all-purpose flour, and now we're gonna put in the kosher salt.
You're a silly Billy, Mama.
I'm a silly Billy. The milk with the yeast on the stove. We have our all-purpose flour with sugar and salt in the KitchenAid already, and Ave is cracking our eggs. Whoa.
I did it.
If you can't tell already, I love a yeast dough. I love to let it do its thing. I love the flavor. Obviously, it takes more time, but honestly, it's so worth it. Babka, babka, babka. I absolutely love the flavor of citrus in dough. Plus like the mix of the orange zest and the lemon zest with the chocolate and the tahini filling is like next level delicious. So we're just gonna mix the flour with the sugar and the salt first to make sure it's all evenly incorporated. I'm gonna put the eggs in, orange zest and the lemon zest. I'm pouring the milk in. So now you just wanna combine all the ingredients until it forms a dough. This is my play on chocolate babka, except I turn them into morning buns. It's kind of like a cross between chocolate babka and cinnamon buns, but there should be the right amount of liquid to just bring that flour in slowly. The smell of that dough, and then once it starts proofing and the yeast kind of gets activated with all those beautiful flavors, the orange zest, the lemon zest. So you want to just keep the machine going until all the flour gets incorporated into the dough. And while that is doing its thing, make sure you get out a stick of room temperature butter. It's really important that it's room temperature. So we're just gonna add in the butter. How does it smell?
It smells like chocolate on your head.
What? So now it's getting nice and smooth. You can see the dough is elastic. It's a pretty sticky dough, which is totally fine. It's really beautiful. It's nice and soft. This is like such a versatile dough. You can turn it into a traditional babka. You can fill it with other fillings like walnut, sugar, cinnamon. You can put Nutella. You can put that bittersweet chocolate. But obviously I'm gonna show you guys what I did for Eating Out Loud, which is bittersweet and tahini, and it's so good. I'm just going to wet a towel. You can put plastic wrap on top. I'm just using a towel here. Wet it a bit and put it in a warm environment. The wetness will create more of a steamy environment. And just set it and forget it. The dough is proofed. It looks beautiful. And now I'm gonna start on the chocolate filling. Basically what I'm doing is I have a pot full of water. I put over a bowl, which is hot. Don't do what I just did. And I'm going to slowly melt the chocolate, okay? So I have bittersweet chocolate here. I put in some unsalted butter. You never wanna melt chocolate over direct fire because chocolate can burn very quickly. Do it over a pot and let's gently melt the chocolate with the butter. Use a towel when you touch it, just to be extra careful. You want the bowl to be hovering over the water, and I like to keep it on a simmer. Now I'm gonna add in the tahini paste. Always make sure you give it a good shake. It adds a nutty, kind of earthy flavor. So creamy, so good. I love to add a nice little kick of salt. The salt really just elevates all the other flavors and ingredients in this recipe. And then cinnamon. I absolutely love chocolate and tahini and cinnamon. I'm basically just gonna be eating chocolate babka buns all day. They will not last till tomorrow. No way, 100%, no way will these last. Whoa, look at this. Look at this, guys, look at this. And look at the specks of the orange zest in there. Like the texture of this dough is just beyond. It's so beautiful. You want to roll it out to around 1/4 inch thick. It could be even thinner than that, honestly. Just be very delicate with it and try and do it as evenly as possible. The more rolls you get, the more layered your babka will be, which is a great thing. I like to put parchment paper down, and a really great way to make sure it sticks is obviously put a little bit of butter on the bottom. Take a spatula because we want to make sure we get all of this chocolate. I like to make sure that I spread it all the way to the end. Can you believe we haven't done this recipe yet? I know, it's pretty crazy. A chocolate schmear. You know what I mean? So you want to do tuck, you want to make sure it's as tight as possible, especially right at the beginning. I like to keep a little brush nearby to brush off if there's like big chunks of flour, because it's so not necessary. So it's not perfect, and that's totally cool. A homemade babka, fresh out of the oven. Like, no one will be complaining about the edges not being perfect. That's all I'm gonna say. Once you cut, what I like to do immediately is just put it right into our pan, okay? Look at that. I'm sorry. Oh! The buns are proofing. The oven is preheated to 350 degrees. The second they're like nice and fluffed up, I'm gonna put them into the oven for around 20-30 minutes. And I just melted together the glaze. Oh, you do? Let's see how our buns have proofed. Ooh, these look nice. 350 degree oven, right into it. And then the second they get out of the oven, that's when I like to put the glaze on. So make sure you have your glaze ready before the buns are done.
Is it chocolate or cinnamon? What is
Chocolate.
it? Oh, good.
Oh my goodness. Holy moly. Well, they're very hot. Look how beautiful that is. What is going on? And then if you guys want to just do simple syrup, let them set a bit. Oh my goodness, the salty glaze is ridiculous. Is that not ridiculous? These are almond. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my goodness. You wanna go tell Daddy the babka buns are ready?
Yeah.
Okay.